Hi. Obviously, named isaiahsenku. I know I don't talk about Fnaf on this channel a lot, but I want to talk about this because I do think that this is a important subject to talk about when it comes to the Fnaf community. As the title and thumbnail may or may not say, there is a lot of stuff going around. Like a lot. One thing I generally don't find. I'm not happy about is that uh, people. A lot of FNAF, members of the community don't like Matpat for some reason. I don't understand why. I don't understand like what did he do for y'all to like hate him so much. I get it that his theories are kind of like out there. He has a theory, and then he has to kind of like ignore some things to get his theory to work. But that's just kind of how theories work. Okay, I don't understand how people aren't really like understanding that theories aren't meant to be like this perfect airtight. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect when you make a theory. It's a theory for a reason. If it wasn't a theory, then it would just be facts. Then it's not facts. So obviously, anything that's not facts, and you're trying to figure out what actually is the facts of the situation, that's part of a theory. That's the theory. Okay. The point is, I see two sides of the FNAF theory, right? Of FNAF fandom and the community is like one side. I think there's a new fandom, right? There's different versions of the FNAF fandom that I feel like the main two ones are the furry fandom. Okay, they obviously they're there. The furry they like the characters for the characters, and they're a little too down bad for them sometimes. And then there's the people who love the lore of the story, right? The lore of these games. And I think the furry community, I'm gonna call them furry community, but just because like they're actively like they're more into the characters than they are into the lore of the story, right? Another thing, I feel like I'm kind of rambling here, but I just want to talk about it. I just feel like I feel like I should talk about it. One thing I've noticed is that after Security Breach came out, there's been a wave of new fans into the whole universe of FNAF, right? Like the whole universe, and I feel like those new fans don't really understand, or they're not willing, they don't want to hear anything different than what they already have in their mind, right? If they already have like an idea of something in their mind, and then somebody comes in with the theory, mainly Matpat, which usually is the main person that is on the receiving end of scrutiny when it comes to anything like security breach related. And I don't know if Matpat realizes this, but like it usually is when he talks about security breach. That's usually when he gets the most hate about anything. It doesn't matter anything. That's usually when it happens. At least that's what I see, right? Because his FNAF theory timeline, his timeline about the FNAF timeline, is hasn't like I haven't seen anybody talk about like MatPat on Twitter until he started talking about security breach, which I think is interesting, which obviously people did talk about him before that, but it wasn't as much as now when they're talking about security, when he was talking about security breach. And I don't know, I find it interesting. I think that that goes to show that I think there is a certain fan base for security breach that security breach has, because security breach isn't like scary, right? It's not scary. It's not some horror game. It's like some cat and mouse game. Like don't get caught. Like literally that's it. Like, and yeah, if you look deeper into the lore, obviously, of the game, there's more stuff there. But like at the surface, most people this is the first game. Like Security Breach is the first game that was on consoles upon release, if I'm not mistaken. Like Security Breach, I think it was on console. It was on PC. Other stuff. Like no other game is like that. Like most of the games are on either on PC, like on PC, or like I find that part interesting personally. It's like so there's a bigger fan base now for Security Breach simply because it was out on more. It was a much bigger release. It was a big release. It was like this is like a AAA quote unquote game. Even though obviously when the game came out, the bugs and all the stuff happened. It was like yikes, But apart from that, like I do think the fan base of Security Breach is different from the fan base of older titles, in my opinion. Like it's a different fan base. Like there's much more of a like this game kind of like was marketed towards like the more like quote unquote kid friendly side um than like the dark stuff. Like the dark stuff was the OG stuff, right? So I don't know. Like I'm just rambling. I'm just talking about FNAF, and I feel like there's a lot going on. I feel like you need to like if you are trying to don't sit right here and like shit on Matpat. Okay, sorry for cursing, but I like to curse. All right, I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. Anyway, the point is that like look, Matpat is doing his best to make this game make sense to him. Okay, and that's all that matters. And everybody should do the same thing. Like if you have a theory, then I don't know, make a video about it. I don't know, make a blog post about it. I don't know, like you don't like if you don't have like here's the thing. I don't have a problem with you saying that you don't think MatPat's correct or anything, but what I do have a problem with is don't sit here and say that MatPat should stop making videos. Don't sit here and absolutely like shit on MatPat like just because you don't like his theory. Like that makes no sense. Like y'all are acting super toxic for no reason. That's why I think there's two different fandoms in FNAF in the FNAF community because one fandom is shitting on the other fandom, and it's like how are you both like the same thing? What's going on here? You know what I mean? Like it's just weird to me. It's just like y'all are acting like Gregory for example. One of the things like people don't like the fact that MatPat thinks that Gregory is a robot. He gave you evidence as to why he thinks Gregory is a robot. How can you actively sit here and be like nothing he said makes sense? Like what he literally just told you why he thinks the way he thinks. Like just because you disagree doesn't mean that he's wrong. Because let's be honest, Scott hasn't really told us if he's right or wrong. Like Scott, and this is the issue. Here's the one issue that I have with FNAF. I'm gonna start. I guess I'm ranting now because the one thing I have with FNAF is that I don't think I think Scott is a little too removed from his own game in a way, right? Yes, he's making the movie now and stuff, and he's obviously, he wants to make sure that's correct and stuff. I get it, but like, I genuinely feel like Scott, after it got popular, I think Scott like didn't like his own community. It's weird. I know it's weird, but I feel like I think Scott was like, oh my goodness, I think I'm attracting the wrong type of people with this game. I don't like this. So he just kind of like took a step back and now he doesn't really want to like engage in the community that much. Because if you think about it, right? Like the people who are making like fan games and stuff. Why like there's so much drama in the FNAF fan game community. I don't get it. Like what's going on? Like why is there drama and then why like then sometimes they get outed for doing weird things and it's just like I just like honestly I understand why Scott feels like he doesn't want to like actively like be you know and like talking to his fan base because like I feel like a lot of them are just super horny for these characters, and then they end up making emotional decisions or doing emotional things, and it's like you're not actually trying to like think about what the lore is. You don't care about the lore. Let's be honest. Some of these people don't care about the lore. They just care about the characters, which is fine. But like to actively like cause a problem for other people trying to enjoy this game and enjoy the theories and all this stuff, like I don't know. It's just so much. I just don't. really understand what's going on. Like I don't understand. Like I really don't. Like it's just it bothers me. You know, I'm like I'm a big fan of FNAF. Honestly, I've never even played like actively played the game. The only game I've actively played is on this channel too. I played Ultimate Custom Night. I played that a couple times, and I don't like it. Not the game wise, but I don't like jump scares. I no, I don't like jump scares. You can go watch the gameplay. I mean, some of y'all who watch this channel know I'm not good with jump scares. FNAF is not it. Okay, I just can't do it, bro. I played FNAF 2. I think FNAF 2 on mobile when I was in like high school or something. I nearly broke my phone when I got jump scared, and I was like, nope, nope, nope. I'll stick to the theory side. Thank you very much. I'll stick to watching Matpat do theories about it. I'm not even going to try to play the games. I don't even want, like, Security Breach doesn't even look that interesting to me personally. Like as a game, like it doesn't look that interesting. Like to play anyway, like I'm more interested in it because obviously the lore and trying to figure out what's actually going on in this goddamn game. You know what I mean? But that's just me personally. And it's just like I don't know, man. It's just weird to be a part of this community because it's like there's so much, like there's too much like toxicity, um, in the community. In my opinion, there's a lot. There's too much, and I feel like Scott realizes that, and he's not, and he's kind of like staying away from it. Like, and I feel like that may or may not be a good thing. Like I don't think it's a good thing because I think he needs like as the man who made this franchise, you need to like you know you need to hold on to the reins. You need to take control of your own community. I don't think a lot of creators or a lot of people understand that fact. But you need to make sure that the people, like the highest and the lows of the community, is all guided by your guidelines as the creator of this community. Right? You have to do the work to make sure that these people aren't doing too much. And I don't know. Like I feel like it's kind of interesting, just seeing all the FNAF stuff happen. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like, just leave MatPat alone, please. I'm begging you because this is dumb. This is dumb. Like y'all are trying to like argue about what a theory is because it's like, oh, he's not using every single like every single tidbit or every single like part of information that the game gives us. So like like I get it, like the OG times, he was like, yeah, like we had to use almost everything to really, but let's be honest, like I honestly think a lot of stuff that's in the FNAF lore is either misdirects or just creative freedom, just creative like liberties, just like like I really don't think a lot of the things that we think is important is as important as we make it to be. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I genuinely think because we're not even like I don't think a lot of us even think I don't even think MatPat fully thinks about this, right? I don't even think that he thinks about the fact that what if some things in in this franchise are just like they're just Easter eggs. They're not really lore based. They're just Easter eggs. They're just like, oh, this is this and that's it. You know what I mean? Like this is literally just this an Easter egg like mentioning something else and that's it. This is not important for like the lore. It's just there. You know what I mean? Because if you try to like MatPat literally is a perfect example. He tries to put everything make everything make sense, but the problem is you can't with this game. You just can't. Okay, because everything somehow like there's things that just contradict each other. So I feel like there's some things you need to take liberty. You need to take personal liberty when you make your theory and like cut some things out and add some things in. Not and add your own like spin because it doesn't really like like it's like come on. Use critical thinking, please. Please. Okay? Just leave MatPat alone. Let MatPat do his thing, man. Like what's going on? Like let MatPat do his thing, please. I'm begging you. Like, just because he's not some, just because he doesn't have a pronouns in his Twitter bio doesn't mean that he's all of a sudden like an evil person. Like, stop it. Chill out. Chill the fuck out, please. God damn. It's just annoying, man. Like it's just annoying. It really is annoying. Okay, because I hate to see a fandom torn in two. I hate to see a fandom tearing itself apart because you don't agree with something that a person in part of your family, like you in part of the fandom that you don't like. You know what I mean? Like, just because he made a video that you don't like doesn't mean you actively be like, I hope this dude fails in every single way possible because I just hate him. Like, like how do you hate somebody you don't even know? Like, let's just think about that for a second. You don't know this person. I don't know Matpat. I don't personally know him. Nobody who watches his videos, besides the people that obviously are in his life physically, know Matpat. We don't know him. Okay? I'm not gonna sit here and hate on some dude that I don't even know. Like, I don't know him. If I actively knew him in real life and he was a dick in real life, that's different. Because I met him in real life. Okay, but I've never met him in real life. So like, you've never met him in real life. And if you have, and he was a dick to you, you should say that. Okay, but that's not gonna happen because I genuinely think Matpat is just some wholesome dude who's just really into making theories and really into like just a giant fucking nerd. Let him be a nerd. Anyway, yeah, for people who watch my channel, this is probably really new for you because I don't talk about FNAF that much. I'm a big FNAF nerd, personally. I just don't talk about it because I don't think I really have any new theories that are like next level. You know what I mean? Or, like trying to like that's really like good enough to like make videos about. Also, like I don't have the editing prowess to make the videos I want to make. But yes, this is all I got. This is really all I got to say. That's all I want to say. Leave Matpat alone. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Love yourself and love others. Okay, just be nice, please. Be nice to your fellow FNAF theorists or FNAF fans. I don't like just please. I'm begging you. Like I don't know, man. It's just weird. This fan base is stressful. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know. I live stream on this channel, so I'm probably live now. If you're watching this video, go check it. Go say hi, say what's up, and then say what's happening. Yeah, bye.